Traditional Mississippi pot roast uses ranch and au jus packets. We're replacing both with homemade ranch seasoning and concentrated beef cooking liquid. Let's do it! For the roast, we're using a 3 to 4 pound boneless beef chuck roast. Pat it thoroughly dry with paper towels. Removing the surface moisture helps give the meat a beautiful sear. Season every side generously with black pepper and kosher salt. Heat 1 tablespoon of avocado oil in a large, heavy skillet over medium-high heat. Once the skillet is hot, add the roast and leave it undisturbed for 3 to 4 minutes. Give the roast time to develop a real crust. If you keep moving it, you're supervising, not searing. Turn it only after the first side has developed a deep brown crust. Sear the second broadside for another 3 to 4 minutes. Then brown the major edges for 1 to 2 minutes each. Transfer the roast to the slow cooker, but do not clean the skillet. Those browned bits will become the foundation of our concentrated beef cooking liquid. Reduce the skillet heat to medium and carefully add about half a cup of the low-sodium beef broth. Scrape the bottom with a wooden spoon or silicone spatula, releasing all of the browned bits left behind by the roast. That fond contains concentrated roasted beef flavor, and we want all of it in the slow cooker. Simmer it uncovered until the 2 cups have reduced to approximately half a cup. Reducing the broth concentrates the beef flavor instead of filling the slow cooker with a large amount of thin liquid. Remove the reduced broth from the heat, then stir in 1/4 cup of pepperoncini brine and 2 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. Together, the reduced broth, pepperoncini brine, and Worcestershire sauce create our concentrated beef cooking liquid, the replacement for the traditional au jus seasoning packet. Now we'll build the ranch seasoning right on top of the roast. Add 2 tablespoons of buttermilk powder, 1½ teaspoons of dried parsley, then ½ a teaspoon each of dried dill, garlic powder, and onion powder. Next, arrange 8 to 10 whole pepperoncini around the roast, placing a few on top. Then cut 4 tablespoons of unsalted butter into pieces and distribute them evenly over the roast. There's no need to add any more broth or water. The roast will release additional liquid as it cooks.
Lid on, and now we wait. Cook it on low for 8 to 9 hours or high for 5 to 6. Keep the lid closed and don't keep checking it. The roast is ready when it's fork tender and pulls apart easily.
Carefully transfer the cooked roast to a large cutting board. After cooking, the roast should pull apart easily. Break it into large, bite-sized chunks rather than finely shredding it, so the meat keeps more texture and the browned exterior stays visible. Place the roast pieces back in the cooking juices so they get coated with all that concentrated flavor. Then, cover the slow cooker and let the meat rest for 10 to 15 minutes before serving. For the final plate, I'm serving the pot roast over a bed of creamy cauliflower mashed potatoes, then spooning some of those concentrated cooking juices over the top. The cauliflower mash will have its own recipe video coming soon, but in the meantime, you can find the recipe card at the end of this video. That's our Mississippi pot roast. Big flavor, no packets, and worth the wait. Like and subscribe. And remember, keto made me do it. Now, if you'll excuse me, my sous chef needs plating lessons.